I slept on the bed.
Those in my class, I wanted you to hear this. Most of you are football players, and there's some of you that are in a leadership class. All of you need this. Now, I call it Edge, it's Edgerton. I asked him to speak. He went through this program, came here as a 10th grader with his mom, who was ineligible to participate in athletics. And I said, man, I don't want you to be ineligible. You can go back to Valdosta and finish your playing time there. I'm not gonna turn you in. He said he didn't want to go back. So as a 10th grader, he played JV, no varsity games, not even one snap. Practiced every day. Well, he went all the way to the state championship. He did not get the dress for that state championship. I'm convinced that if we'd had him and one or two others healthy, we could have won that one. We lost. Next year, he played for a state title. He played defensive line and offensive line. Got hurt late, and we lost. He got hurt, quarterback got hurt. We lost that one. Following year, he said, Edge, you gotta play inside linebacker, or I don't want you to play. I need another linebacker that's gonna do what I need done, so you're gonna have to change, and he ran from me for 2 years. And he finally decided he wanted to play, or he could play. First year at linebacker, we won a state title. Did a great job. Left here, and he'll tell you the rest. His life is hard. Some of the things I always told him, as long as you're here, you're great. When you step off that stage into adulthood, life is gonna be hell. I'll let him tell you the rest. Mr. Edgerton.
Appreciate it, Coach. What's going on, y'all? Man, y'all straight? Everybody look a little dead, y'all. I know Coach Freeman was kind of yelling at y'all a little bit. Y'all straight, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you were saying, my name is Edge. I graduated back in 2022. Yeah, like you said, I played middle linebacker for him, won a state title, all that stuff. Everything was great. I came to talk to y'all a little bit today about life after school, because I know right now y'all are in a time where, you know, everything really, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, everything is really sweet right now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all coming to school, y'all got a program that y'all in with football or with your leadership or with any sports that y'all are involved with, and everything is kind of, you know, guided. You're surrounded by a lot of great coaches, a lot of great people that are here to actually help you and want to see you succeed. However, once you graduate, like you said, step off that stage, it is completely different. So a little bit about me. In high school, I was a fairly decent student. I had a 3.97 GPA, on top of being an athlete and stuff like that. So, you know, I could do schoolwork. But I got to a point where I was kind of burnt out with school a little bit. I didn't really want to go to college, which is kind of crazy for, you know, me to tell an adult, especially when they know, you know, I can actually go to school and do whatever I want. So after I graduated, I ended up going to VSU. I stayed for a little bit less than a month, and I packed myself and moved out, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Just ain't for me. So upon moving out, I went back to the crib and I was just working. And that's when, you know, all the problems started coming in. So yeah, I got a stepdad. And I don't know if any of y'all got step parents, but y'all know, you know, it can be a little tough sometimes. You know, y'all can bump heads. Y'all might not see eye to eye on some things. And that's basically what was happening. So it got to a point where I was like, you know what? Freak it. I'm going to just move out and figure it out on my own. That's probably a very stupid decision. I ain't going to lie to you. So I moved out, y'all. I ain't had no money, no car, and I got somebody to take me to Jacksonville so that I could live with my uncle for about a year. So during this process, I learned a lot. For one, once you get out there, bro, like he said, nobody necessarily cares about what y'all do at that point, if that makes any sense. So, you know, I always had coaches that supported me and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, they had jobs to do. They had to move on with their lives. And so did I. So I was out there. I was broke. Didn't know what I was doing. Didn't know what I had going on. And I was scared, to be honest, man. I didn't know what my life was going to look like. I was like, shoot, I don't know if I want to go back to school or not. I was out there trying to start a print-on-demand T-shirt business. That flopped because I didn't know what I was doing, knew nothing about businesses. And then on top of that, y'all, I had an old lady, and, bro, she broke up with me, bro. So I was, man, well, I was sick, boy. I'm talking about, you know, like sliding on the wall, like on some junk. I was sliding down the wall a little bit, I'll be real. So, yeah, man, that happened. And, bro, it's just, I was just in a place where I was just lost. And when you graduate, you're gonna have a lot of times where you feel like that. Like it's gonna be a lot of times where you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what to do. Or you might feel like you ain't got nowhere to turn to, you feel like nobody can really help you. But one of the biggest things I learned is to just keep going. That might sound cliche, but like, bro, everything eventually works out as long as you're moving forward, as long as you're being progressive. Now, though, there are some people that, you know, get out there and they stalemate. They don't really do nothing. Coaches will tell you there's a few guys that I graduated with that are out here doing the same thing they did when they was in high school. Only thing different is that they're not playing football. And that's a really bad way to be. Because like I said, bro, nobody's caring about what you're doing. Nobody, you know, it's either you're going to succeed or you're not. It all depends on what you want to do with your life. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, just, you got to keep going. Eventually, fast forward, I ended up doing some things, saved up a little bit of money. I started selling furniture in Jacksonville, and I ended up going back to school. So right now I'm currently at Columbus State studying kinesiology. For those of you who don't know what that is, it's a science major. I plan to be a physical therapist one of these days. So yeah, that's kind of the trajectory that my life took. Now on the tip of leadership, I'm gonna kind of go back to my high school days with that. With leadership, bro, there's nothing in this world that's possible without somebody stepping up and just being the dog in whatever situation that they're in, right? So that can be, you know, shoot, the freaking government, at a job. Nothing's gonna work unless you got somebody that's gonna step up and just decide to take ownership and accountability for the entire group or the whole body of people that they're working with. What I've seen so far in the school as far as leadership, man, I ain't gonna lie, I've seen it on the football field, you know, just walking throughout the school. It's no real leaders out here for real. You know what I mean? I know y'all young, everybody kind of want to do their own thing and stuff like that, but the world just don't go around without leadership. That's the only way we won the state championship. I was a team captain that year, some of y'all might remember. And, you know, coaches will tell you, bro, I wasn't the fastest dude on the field. You know, we had Mariano, he at Georgia Southern right now, balling. I wasn't the most athletic, the most talented. Hell, I couldn't even catch, if I'm being honest with you. They'll tell you I dropped about 2-3 picks in the season. I couldn't catch. But what set me apart from everybody else was that I literally just wanted to win. I didn't care what nobody thought. Shoot, Coach Freeman used to call me when I first started a fat linebacker because I couldn't run, couldn't turn. But, you know, I didn't let that like stop me from getting to where I wanted to go. I understood the assignment. I understood that we had a team that had a goal in mind. And in order for us to get there, we got to have a leader. So somebody's just got to be the dog to step up and just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is my team. This is what we're going to do. And you got to be able to basically keep the whole group in check, keep everybody right. With leadership, whatever y'all are doing, that might cause you, I wouldn't say it's going to sever some friendships, but man, you can't be buddy-buddy with everybody 100% of the time. With leadership, bro, it comes a time where you have to say, you know, I'm set apart from others. I know that there's a job that we have to do. And sometimes that looks like, you know, your homeboy, your homegirl might get mad at you because, you know, it looks like you're doing too much. But at the end of the day, you know the goal that's in mind. You know that you want to win. And you really just got to keep that in the forefront of your mind. So if I can give y'all any type of tip, or if I can give y'all any type of advice, because I know y'all done probably heard people talk to y'all and tell y'all to do good in school, whoop the whoop. Honestly, man, y'all in a great place, bro. Like, y'all are blessed to have, like, Coach Freeman. I've played up under a few coaches, and he's by far the best coach I've ever seen, man. Like, real talk. And that's like no glaze, Coach Mack, you know, some of the other coaches that aren't here right now, man. But y'all got a really great coaching staff. It's great teachers around this school that's like, you know, it's no reason for y'all to not succeed. Like, bro, I done seen people that's like dumb as rocks pass and graduate. Like, there's no reason why y'all shouldn't be able to do your work. And really, you know, find success in whatever you want to do. It's people that's here to build relationships with you and get you to where you want to be. So take advantage of that right now, because once you leave here, I'm trying to tell you, it ain't like you're going to be able to come back and walk up to Mr. Stone office and be like, hey, what I do about this? Or, you know, you can call Coach Freeman and say, hey, man, you know, I'm fishing. You know, hey, man, I'm doing whatever I got to do. You know, so it's just a different world. So don't take this time for granted, because a lot of people do. And, you know, I know y'all hear everybody say it'll fly past you and, you know, the 4 years will just go by like that. But it's really true, bro. Like, real talk. So just always be mindful of that. Another thing, like I said earlier, keep moving forward. in life, I've noticed that a lot of times our generation, we try to run from the stuff that's hard. We think that, or maybe if we can get past this hard situation, then, the next situation gonna be cake, it's gonna be easy. I'm here to tell y'all that nothing in life is like that. Every phase of life that you go through, there's always gonna be a certain aspect of it that's hard, that's challenging, that you're not gonna wanna do. So I challenge you today to don't look at the hard stuff and run from it. Embrace it. Embrace adversity. And go into it, bro. Figure out how to handle the hard times better. Don't try to run away from the hard times and look for stuff to get easier, because it's never gonna get easier. Just embrace the hard times. Go head first into it, bro, and just like, hey man, be a dog. That goes for, my young ladies too. Like literally be a dog. Do what you gotta do, because once you learn how to handle hard stuff, it builds on top of each other. Like, so when you face something else, another piece of adversity in the future, you're equipped for it, you prepared for it, and nothing's gonna faze you. And of course it comes with maturity, but just always remember that, to embrace the hard stuff. Also remember that God created all of us to embrace adversity as well. Like, don't ever forget that. There's nothing that's happening to you that hasn't happened to somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? You can always find success in whatever you're doing. You can always push through whatever it is that you're going through. It's just all a mind thing. It's really a choice. Like I said, bro, with my circumstances, I'll be 100% honest with y'all. When I graduated, coach would tell you I was having fun. I got there and sit me a little lick, a little Pink Whitney, smoke a little bit, doing stuff I ain't had no business. That's cool for a certain time, but it's like, you got to grow up. You feel me? So eventually, I moved past that phase of my life, and there are still people that are my age. I'm 20 years old. There's people my age and older that still at the crib, literally doing like absolutely nothing. Like, it's a problem if you at the crib playing 2K and Madden all day and, not doing nothing with your life. You feel me? So prioritize things, bro. Just understand that, you're equipped to handle whatever. Take advantage of these awesome opportunities that y'all have. Because look, bro, it's a lot of schools out here that don't have great teachers, great coaches like y'all have access to, man. They pour into y'all. They give y'all everything they got. It might seem like it's hard for y'all. Y'all might feel like y'all don't feel like doing it, whether it be schoolwork or the stuff that they ask y'all to do. But, man, always remember that they're pouring all this into you. They got families and lives outside of this, too. So y'all should at least try to meet them halfway. So that means go hard in whatever it is that you're doing. Just take advantage of this opportunity right now, because once it's gone, it's gone. And, man, you're going to be wishing you go back to high school and ask certain questions and do certain things. All right.
Why your mom came over here to improve herself and her family, and she brought you with her, and you found out you were going to be ineligible. Why didn't you go back?
Oh, that's a good question.
You had a chance to go back.
I did. The reason I didn't go back is because when I got over here, at Valdosta, it's a bigger school. Y'all know that. It was like 6A at the time. But when I got here, bro, the culture, and I saw what Coach Freeman was doing, man, it was completely different. In football, as y'all go up, some of y'all that's going to play the next level of any sport y'all play, y'all will really understand that it's a business the bigger the school gets. And, coaches don't always have your best interest at heart. That's just, the bottom line. Over here at Brooks County, Coach Freeman wants to win, but he doesn't want to win at the expense of his players, the expense of his players' health, their mental health, their spiritual health. He really genuinely cares about y'all like you're his kids. So, man, it was one of them things where I was like, bro, I see a coach like that, that genuinely cares about the athletes. The culture was great, and I was like, yeah, bro, I just got to stay. Yeah, no doubt in my mind.
Played defensive tackle, and I do admit you were a very good one, very smart. They taught you a lot. And why would you not leave defensive tackle and go get in the limelight and play inside linebacker for the Trojans? You ran for 2 years.
I did. Man, defensive tackle was just fun. Like, I was a little undersized, so I was a little bit quicker than most of them big boys trying to block me. So I was fast. I could go get a sack. I enjoyed it, man. And plus, y'all know how Coach Freeman is, bro. Like, he get the yelling, and his blood pressure get to run up because he done got mad at you. I'm like, I don't really want them problems. At the time, we had a linebacker, your brother Priest, man, where Priest got yelled at literally like every period of practice. I'm like, bro, it never failed. He found something to do that was just like, and I was just like, man, I'm not really with all that, man. It was too much running. I don't like to cover people for real. And man, I just want to be fat and just kill people down low. That's all I want to do. They couldn't block me. So that's why I ran from you, coach. That's what happened,
You
man.
regret it.
I do regret it. Because I actually ended up being pretty decent at linebacker my senior year after, never playing it before. I feel like if I would have came earlier like I was supposed to and stayed with you, I could have really, would have been a lot faster, would have been able to catch better, of course. And it just would have been, I would have been able to help the team way more than I actually did if I would have came earlier. So yeah, I do regret it a little bit.
So if there was one thing from high school to right now that you would change or you could do different, what would that one thing be?
One thing I could change from high
One
school
thing
to
you
now.
could do over. What's your do-over?
Be honest with you, Coach, it'll probably be be fooling around with them girls, man. No offense to the ladies in the room, but it'll go vice versa for y'all to be, fooling around with boys. It can be a distraction for sure, and you can definitely get into some trouble if you're not going about it the right way. So I was, ain't like I had no girlfriend. I'll be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I was being a little thought. I was, going around, doing what I do. I wasn't doing nothing insane, but, just talking to different females, getting into stuff. It really, you go back and you look and you say, like, it really, none of that actually mattered. You was just doing it because you was bored at the end of the day. It's like, you're not gaining anything from it. So if I could change anything, it would just to be more focused in that aspect and, really look at the stuff that actually mattered in life, like my education, what I wanted to do after school. Because honestly, man, like I knew people wanted me to go to college, but I knew that I really didn't want to go to school at the time. So I kind of just, let it ride and let people, kind of just coerce the whole college thing when that's not what I wanted to do. So I got out here and, left the house and went to Jacksonville, and I didn't know what was going on. I was just trying some of everything, So, yeah, I would definitely say just staying focused and keeping my eyes on the things that actually matter, which is hard when you're 16, 17, 18, because it's like, y'all want to have fun. I get it, So, yeah, that's one thing I would change.
All right, I'm going to cut you deep this time now.
All right.
All right. There was a time, and I know you.
Mm-hmm.
There was a time that you and your mom were standing in the living room or the kitchen. Y'all were standing somewhere, and you made her cry about something. Don't even know what it was. But
Okay.
think, it happened. I know it happened. It happens to all of us. All of us that are grown, we've made our mother cry about something. What are your thoughts now? Looking back at you, the edge at that time, and your mom standing over here crying. At that time, you didn't care. You were mad. But right now, thinking back, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm stupid, immature, and not getting a full gauge of the entire situation and the people that it involves. It was definitely a very stupid and irrational decision. Yeah.
It is hard to admit things like that. That's why I'm pushing him so hard. Pushing him real hard to get some hard questions. You need the hard answers.
Yeah.
There's no need for us to give you some sugar today. And that's not why I wanted him here. I wanted him here to tell you the hard stuff. Regardless if you're listening or not. Because you're going to lay in that doggone bed, 3 o'clock in the morning, looking at the ceiling, and all of y'all heard it before, guys. And it's going to come to the truth now. And you're going to have some decisions to make.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you don't make the right decision, you're going to have hell to pay. Coaches, any questions?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
What's up, Coach?
I know that you're a person of faith. Can you elaborate a little bit on what your faith has meant and what role that's played since graduation?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah, so I was definitely, I was raised in church, so I've always been a believer in God. I've always prayed. However, my relationship with God actually got stronger once I graduated. Because once you graduate, you really got a lot of time to think. I became a little isolated as well. So I really found that I actually had to lean on God a lot more than I was allowing myself to do when I was in high school. Because, bro, life actually, life gets really tough, man, especially when you feel like it's, your parents always love you, but it's like at some point, you got to be a man, you got to be a young woman. Like you got to actually get out there and stand on business because ain't nobody really caring for real, bro. You just got to grow up. So, yeah, my relationship with him got stronger and things got, a lot better once I started seeking God. Because the Bible tells us to seek the kingdom of God and all things will be added unto us. So that's something that I really stood by and really lived by. And it helped me out through some of my toughest times, the times where I was confused, didn't know what was going on. I really saw God make things happen when I knew that me or anybody else couldn't make them happen. So yeah, it's played a huge role in my my life up to this point, for sure. Anything else? If not, because I got something else I want to say real quick too. Y'all take responsibility and accountability for y'all's lives. I don't know what it is, but we like to point fingers at people way too much. And for one, it's not cute. Like, bro, y'all grown at some point. It's like, really take responsibility for what you done did. Own up to whatever is going on in your life. If you're not where you want to be, you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror and be like, hey, bro, that's literally my fault. Like, I know, people might have a part in the things that you go through in life, but bro, ultimately it's your life. So you got a decision to make. You can either let that be a hindrance to you, any external situation, or you can just, pull your pants up and just be like, hey, we just gonna handle this. We just gonna do what we gotta do to get to where we gotta go. So yeah, start taking accountability. Start that now. Discipline yourself now. Build those habits in these early stages of your life, because all this stuff that I did when I was in high school, as far as being a leader, exploring my faith, getting closer to God, being disciplined, doing stuff on the field, pushing myself to places where I feel like I couldn't push myself. That's what really stuck with me after school. I forgot all that stuff that I learned in pre-calculus and geometry and all that stuff. You'll relearn that in school, but like the principles and your morals, your values, your heart, all that stuff sticks with you no matter what. You can't forget that. So just build the habits now, discipline yourself now, become the person that you want to be in the future right now. Because once you get to the future, I guarantee you that person that you are at that time is who you're going to be. And it's really hard to break a cycle and to get to where you want to go if you ain't started early. So if by, a certain milestone, you're trying to do this, that, and the third, bro, start now. This is where you start at, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, Edge, for coming through. Thank you guys for coming in. And listen, Coach Freeman came up with this idea solely so that you could understand what it's like after you walk across that stage. And out of everybody who has come through Brooks County, Edge is, towards the top as far as what he's doing in his life and the things that he's got going on now. So thank you so much for coming through and talking to us. And like Ed said, he'll be around if you guys need anything. You're always welcome to talk to one of us as coaches. But you've got a resource right here who is in college, who is going through some struggles. So I encourage you to grab him for a second and at least tell him thank you. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free to holler at him.